Man, that build's really cool. It does a lot of damage. It's really strong. I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of tired of doing obscene amounts of damage. What if I want to support my team? Okay, I don't want to do ice damage. I don't want to have anything that is less than the absolute most damage. I want to burn the world to the ground, and I want to make snow angels in the ashes. I will become a god. Let's start training. I need you right now to give me your best high YouTube. All right, welcome to the Boom Boom. I made a video on this a while back. It was a quick little 1-minute video, and it was good. It was a good video. It covered everything that it needed to, but I wanted to explain things a little bit more in depth. We didn't go into crazy high detail, and I'd like to go into some more detail. So the KVD Boom Boom. When you shoot, your trigger burn at a low chance. When you hit a target every 2 seconds, you deal big bada boom blaze damage. Now, how do we accomplish this? On the KVD Boom Boom, we use Flame Resonance Talents to increase both our element and status damage. This will also give us more burn stacks. More burn stacks is more damage. We'll go into why in a second. On my secondary, I'm using Bingo with Vulnerability Amplifier. I like Bingo because it's slappy and it's big damage. I like Vulnerability Amplifier because it makes my other things do more damage. It's nice. Weapon, you should be using a kukri. If you're not using a kukri, then use whatever you want. Don't matter. The reason why I use a kukri is because it gives you bonus damage and crit rate, which these things are not required, but they are very nice to have on the Boom Boom because it's just more damage. And you're not going to get that from Fortress Warfare since we're not actually using Fortress Warfare for anything. In order to proc its damage, you need to use the kukri to kill an enemy, which can be one of those little ice cubes that come from the ice pot deviation, or just by killing an enemy out in the world, it's fine. Both of those will still give you the buff. For my armor, I'm using 3 pieces of Treacherous Tides to increase my damage when I'm at low HP. So this is a low HP version of the build, and that means that we need to maintain low HP in order to maximize our damage. So that means Treacherous Tides Helmet with Deviation Expert Lunar to enhance both our element and status damage. Treacherous Tides Top with Quick Comeback to enhance our element and status damage. This one also rolled Deviation Damage Reduction, which is top tier. The Treacherous Tides Pants, we're using Flame Resonance. If you're fighting bosses, Flame Resonance is the way to go. You're going to maximize your damage. If you're doing dungeons or clearing dungeons, this is my go-to because Reload Rampage will just give us more weapon and status damage. Because we're using Quick Comeback, we never reload, therefore we never lose this buff. On my boots, I'm using Shelterer Shoes with Rush Hour to give us more damage at low HP. Again, talents, element status. On my mask, which is a Shelterer Mask to give me more element damage, I'm using Blaze Amplifier. Every stack of burn gives more intensity. We get more stacks of burn from the weapon, therefore more damage. Again, element status. Key item, Barbecue Gloves with status enhancement mods to give us more element and status damage. So your main stat with this is psi intensity. The higher your psi intensity, the more damage you deal, which means all of your armor should be 6-star max calibration. If you can only 6-star one piece of armor, it should be your mask. Your mask is going to give you the most psi intensity and as such is the most important by a mile. On the Cradle, I'm using Anti-Coherence to give us more LMG damage, Aerial Suppression to reduce the damage you take while airborne, Rapid Aid to help us heal when we need to heal, Tactical Leap to allow us to do more damage when we leap, Deviant Energy Defense to give us a shield so we can survive, Status Enhancement to enhance our status damage, Elemental Sense to enhance our elemental damage, Blazing Detonation to do more damage with fire and ash. For our deviation, we are using Lunar Oracle Pyro Dino because it gives us more status damage and even more when it's low. This will give you 39.2% increased blaze damage and then also do more explosions, which will maximize your damage tremendously. It's ridiculous. For food buffs, you're going to want to use a Whimsical Drink. This will give you a 25% status damage bonus. You want to have Brain Freeze, you want to have Gourmand, and you want to have a Chefosaurus to increase its potency tremendously and have the maximum status damage. For your food buff, you're going to want to use Surprise Spring Rolls. These will give give you increased elemental damage, which doubles at low HP. Again, Gourmand, Chefosaurus, your best friends. In order for us to easily maintain low HP, you can make what are called Sanity Corrosion Capsules. These are just an item that reduce your sanity. Converse to the ones that restore your sanity, this just does the opposite. You can make these on the advanced stove using just spoiled food and boiled water. Spole them and bowl them and get yourself some reduced sanity. Thank you for taking the time to watch this build video. If you have learned anything or you want to continue to come back, please like, comment, subscribe, do the whole big thing. I am live on Twitch as we speak. If I am not live on Twitch, then that is strange, but give us a follow anyway. We stream every day except Wednesday, 7:30 PST. You will find us live on Twitch. Have a lovely time of day.